Ladies and gentlemen, just my analysis here. I think that it's pretty good Trump will have to face a jury in South Florida. I think that Florida in general loves Trump. If you look at the poll numbers within Florida, he's very, very popular. And you're not going to have a New York jury just siding against Trump at all times. I think the venue is very important here. And so the Washington Post, former Trump, so here, this is Fox News, grand jury in South Florida may be wrapping up probe of Trump. So you have the special counsel, and one of the greatest advantages of the Mueller probe special counsel was that there was a D.C. jury. One of the disadvantages of the Durham probe special counsel was a jury in the same city. You're going to have people, I think that unfortunately, you have people in certain areas of the country who will just always vote against Trump, no matter what. They will always choose to either indict him or convict him, even if the evidence shows that he's either innocent or not guilty. I think in D.C. and New York, you're going to have the cards stacked against President Trump at all times. Here you have NBC News reports Donald Trump's lawyer met with U.S. Department of Justice officials on Monday, including special counsel Jack Smith. Mar-a-Lago is obviously the resort in Florida. And you have a grand jury in South Florida may be wrapping a probe. He said the meeting between Trump's lawyers and federal prosecutors is a sign that the grand jury probe in South Florida may be wrapping up. I think that is an important issue. So you're going to have very likely a jury acquitting Trump. Here's why. He never obstructed justice. There was never a breach in terms of classified data. He was a former president with the power to declassify. Clinton, for example, had servers running outside the United States government. This is according to the Honorable James Comey. There's no way that you have servers, classified data on servers outside of the United States government. It is impossible. This is why when they say Trump lies, nobody lies more than media, Democrats, and his direct political rivals, who were always going after him through like a second special counsel, state prosecutors that ran on indicting and convicting Trump. The best defense for Democrats is a fantastic offense. So they have the media narrative, and they just accuse Trump of everything under the sun because they're actually guilty of felonies, okay? It is not a felony to pay somebody to pay somebody after the person signed a confidentiality agreement not to talk about a certain topic. It is actually a felony to state that you are going to go to the media unless you get money. That actually is a felony. That's called extortion. That's what Stormy essentially did to Trump. If you listen to Alan Dershowitz, he talks about this. It's not legal. It is not legal to state that you're going to tell the whole world and try to ruin someone's brand if they don't pay you money. But nonetheless, he paid money. It was not a campaign finance violation. The FEC did not fine Trump. The FEC fined Clinton and the DNC. So, where's the crime here? Where is the crime with the classified data? He was a former president. He didn't have servers siphoning classified and top secret intelligence from government networks, from government agencies. Nobody knows how Clinton was able to transfer top secret and special access program intelligence from secure government networks onto her secret servers that even President Obama didn't know of. Well, of course he knew, but he stated that he just found out through CNN. So they'll blatantly lie, Democrats, and they say, well, you can't prove we're lying. They'll make an absurd they'll make the most absurd statement known to man. They'll say, oh, well, Attorney General Loretta Lynch and Bill Clinton were speaking about golf and Brexit on a tarmac in Arizona. Of course they were not speaking about golf and Brexit. Of course it was. That's a lie by omission at best. but you're never going to get a tally from the Washington Post. These are like the most absurd, outlandish statements. And people are just supposed to believe them. And if Trump met with his attorney general, or if the equivalent, if Trump had engaged in the equivalent behavior, they would never trust Trump. So the suspicion is just leveled only at Donald Trump and never at his direct political rivals, ever. Hit subscribe to this channel right now if you want to read my writing in The Hill, The Huffington Post, Salon, The Jerusalem Post, The Federalist, and other publications. Go to hagoodman.com. Become a member of this channel. To the members of this channel, thank you so much. To the super thanks, it's below. The Patreon is below. Thank you so much. He'll be acquitted by a jury in Florida. This is something that I overlooked also. For some reason, I was thinking, okay, grand jury D.C., but I think he faces a D.C. jury. Yeah, for January. I don't know how they're going to get him on January. I don't think that they possibly can, because you have the committee, which was another unmitigated political disaster and failure. But they have a second special counsel. Nobody made a greater mockery of classified data than President Obama's administration. Biden has classified data almost certainly at the University of Delaware. Okay, he has thousands upon thousands of records at that university, and almost certainly he has classified data there. But he has classified data, according to Ted Cruz, that was summarized by Hunter to facilitate business deals. You're talking about serious felonies. Trump was a president with the power to declassify. Bill Clinton had classified data in his bedroom, okay, next to his underwear. I'm not even making this up. And the judge ruled that because he was writing a book, that he owned the classified data. Okay? I mean, it's unbelievable, the double standard. But they couldn't find intent with Madam Secretary, and I think that Hillary Clinton will be the 24 nominee. I don't understand how you can plunge the country into a new Cold War and just sit back and watch mashed potato brains go 2 terms, possibly. And I think Trump has a very good chance of becoming of regaining the Oval Office. But, ladies and gentlemen, they're not going to get him on a classified data breach, because Biden and especially Hillary did infinitely worse. If you want to say, well, why did he have classified data? Well, why did Clinton have classified data for 4 years on servers outside the U.S. government? Answer that question. She wasn't a former president. You have to prove that Trump didn't declassify any of the documents, which would be very difficult to do because he could declassify them verbally, according to Politico. So good luck trying to prove that in court. I think that a Florida jury, even in Miami, I think that you're still going to have a greater chance that a number of people within a Miami jury look at Trump and say, look, maybe I don't like him, or maybe I do like him. I'm not going to convict this man. Or people might be a little bit more objective. I don't think a Florida jury is going to go after Trump in the manner that a New York jury will. Okay, New York and other Democratic-run, wonderful, very safe, very prosperous cities that people are moving out of. It's a different world, okay? There are people who have convinced themselves that Trump is the authoritarian as they level media, intelligence agencies, government officials, state prosecutors at Trump to try to knock him out of 24. So much for democracy, okay? What people have done is they don't like Trump's personality. They've ignored that we have record low poverty under Trump. Okay, we had record low poverty. Look at the poverty numbers under President Obama, and look at them under Trump, and then look at them under Biden. They hit record lows under Trump. They were very high during President Obama's administration. You could say, well, it was because of the 2008 financial collapse. They were still high going into 2013, 2014, years after the financial collapse. So, believe me, like, I started on the left. The left is all about, alleviating poverty. They cause the poverty with their policies, and they ignore the poverty that runs rampant through their administrations. We had record low poverty with Trump. And we had record highs in household median income. Hit subscribe to this channel right now, I think that he'll get a much better. There'll be a much better chance he's acquitted with a Florida